When I first saw a trailer for Burnout Crash, I didn't know exactly what to think. All I knew was that I was excited to see what EA was going to do with this arcade revamp of the Crash mode that first appeared in Burnout 3 Takedown. Unfortunately, the final product is less than spectacular. The idea of an arcadey version of Crash mode sounds awesome, but this game just doesn't provide much lasting appeal or particularly fun or rewarding gameplay. Now, if you don't remember, Crash mode was an alternate game mode where instead of racing against vehicular opponents and trying to run them off the road in spectacular fashion, your goal was instead to cause as much mayhem as possible by crashing your car into an intersection and consequently racking up points, basically making you a glorified domestic terrorist. This mode was kind of a sleeper hit within the already very well received Burnout 3 and really hit its stride in Burnout Revenge, and it definitely drew lots of attention back to the Burnout franchise. Well, imagine all that delightfully sadistic destruction packed into a $10 arcade title for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN. Except, it's just not that fun. That's pretty much Burnout Crash in a nutshell. It seems to have all the pieces of a really satisfying, high-score type game, but it just doesn't hit the mark when it comes to fun. And that, of course, is the most important aspect of what makes a game quote-unquote good. Much of the fun of the original Crash mode was that you got spectacular visuals from an up-close view of your vehicular manslaughter. The crashes looked amazing, and even if you didn't care about high scores, it was fun enough to wreak havoc on an intersection of unassuming commuters. Well, in Burnout Crash, they ditched that perspective in favor of a top-down view, and the crashes leave a little something to be desired. Although the crashes aren't nearly as exciting as they used to be, there's no shortage of explosions, to the point that they almost overdo that part of the game. And despite all the pop culture references and catchy tunes thrown in there for aesthetic appeal, the majority of the art style and presentation facets are mediocre at best. I see what they're trying to go for here. It's a slightly dumbed-down version of the Crash mode with emphasis on high score that more closely resembles something like pinball than anything else. The controls in this game definitely have a random element to them, because you can't control the car to go exactly where you want it to go, especially if you choose a car with a low crash breaker rating. Now, there's definitely appeal in the random element of games like Pinball or something like Peggle. You can always calculate where you think the ball's gonna go in a game like Peggle, but you can't be absolutely sure it won't just fall dead in the water due to environmental obstacles. But when you do finally hit that incredible point cornucopia shot in Peggle or Pinball, you know true bliss. I assume this was the goal in Burnout Crash, but the controls end up just feeling frustrating, and that huge payoff just isn't as satisfying as it should be. And if that wasn't problematic enough, you can always turn on the Kinect controls to further convolute your gaming experience. The 54 or so levels spread across 18 intersections don't offer much variety in this game. The vehicles unlock relatively early, so there's not much drive to complete the game, and none of the 3 game modes particularly stand out as being a game-selling feature. Now, for an arcade title to be appealing and garner lots of attention, it has to really offer something compelling. Otherwise, it will just get overshadowed by the many other arcade games or the big AAA titles. Sadly, Burnout Crash is the perfect example of this. It's by no means a bad game, but it's not good enough for me to recommend. If you really want to spend $10 on a game, go get Pinball FX2 or Peggle. These are much better games that offer the kind of satisfaction that Burnout Crash aspires to achieve. Be sure to check out thegameheroes.com for more reviews, podcasts, awesome forums, and general video game tomfoolery. I'm Classy Man, thanks for watching.